I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. Because I know that's exactly what both of them would want you to do. And the best would be give your life to Christ.
Something unprecedented today happened in the sentencing of Amber Guyger that I think has to be talked about. Is people raged and were angry over the absolute inequality between police and the people in this case. Amber was sentenced to 10 years for the killing of Botham Jean when she walked into his apartment claiming it was hers and shot him. And after that sentencing, as everybody was talking and chattering and people were saying this isn't fair, which is valid, because the state of Texas, the very same corrupt court system, just last week gave a man 99 years in prison in our vile third world inhumane justice system because he kicked a cop. So as these prosecutors and lawyers are scurrying around the courtroom celebrating their pretend justice that neither serves the victims nor brings safety or security to the people, Brant Jean got up and took it all away.
I don't want to say twice or for the 100th time what you've or how much you've taken from us. I think you know that. But I hope you go to God with all the guilt, all the bad things you may have done in the past. Each and every one of us may have done something that we're not supposed to do. If you truly are sorry, I know I can speak for myself. I forgive you. And I know if you go to God and ask Him, He will forgive you. And I don't think anyone could say it. Again, I'm speaking for myself, not even behalf of my family. But I love you just like anyone else. And I'm not gonna say I hope you rot and die just like my brother did, but I personally want the best for you. And I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. Because I know that's exactly what both of them would want you to do. And the best would be give your life to Christ. I'm not gonna say anything else. I think giving your life to Christ would be the best thing that both of them would want you to do. Again, I love you as a person. And I don't wish anything bad on you. I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please?
Yes. Thank you very much.
I've been doing this for many years, and I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Listening to Botham Jean's brother, as a Christian, they talk about forgiveness and loving your neighbor and yourself, but what you saw in that courtroom, that's wow.
A truly selfless act, an act of true forgiveness.
When this happened, everybody was in shock. The news commenters, the people watching. I was watching this live stream, and for the past few days I've been looking at this case and people's hate and this kind of mob mentality, hang 'em high kind of mindset. Now, our police like Amber Guyger, are trained to do exactly what she did. Don't get me wrong, I'm not excusing Blue ISIS. They are the #1 terrorists of the USA. You see, you could actually argue in Amber's case that this was manslaughter, that it was accidental, despite her callousness and ignorance and trigger-happy behavior. So why throw her under the bus while in Texas, perhaps more than most any other place in the world, but all throughout the USA, US police murder, even executing people with their hands up, begging for their life, that are zero threat of any kind, with impunity. What Amber Guyger did is representative of the fundamental terrorism that our entire justice system, including our courts, our police officers, our judges, and our prosecutors, are driven by: power, vengeance, control, and fear. Our third world justice system is not justice at all. Our courts are a fraud. The controlling of evidence is a fraud. So even the person that's actually did something bad, even people that we see as our opponents, as our enemies, dare I say, they don't get a fair shake. And I refuse to be okay with a courtroom that is based on vengeance, on concentration camps, and most of all, on sending people to corporate concentration camps for the profit of the system and the enslavement of the people. That's not justice. I'm always saddened when I see the families of these people cheering vengeance, like when Texas executes innocent people like Larry Swearington, and the family stands on the sidelines and cheers while they say, "We're Christian, and this is good, and this is righteous." Brent Jean, and I'm trying to pronounce that correctly. The family is actually from Santa Lucia. They're not from the United States. They're way out here from this little island in Santa Lucia. He turned that whole court and the vengeful mindset that everyone is focusing on in that court on its ear and said, no, this is how we should think. And to get up and then give a hug to the perpetrator of this crime. And it changed the entire tone. You actually see the judge coming off the bench, and I don't know if this is at behest of the family, but she walks up to Amber Guyger, and it looks like she's giving her a Bible and speaking with her. It's hard to understand. You can't really tell what's being said. But this is not something judges do, even when it's their own cronies in the courtroom. So I'm not saying that this was a lawful court, that this was done well, that justice was served in this court. He turned on its ear all the commenters saying, hang her high, and this is ridiculous, and we want vengeance, because it's not about vengeance. You can't ever restore justice if what you're seeking is vengeance. That's not how we get freedom. And so I've been saddened these past few days to see my friends saying, oh, she should get the worst. Now, should there be punishment for people that murder, that commit manslaughter, that hurt, that create real victims? Yes. But justice is not torturing people in a concrete cell. Justice would be actually changing people. Justice would be bringing love and compassion. Justice would be actual rehabilitation, not a prison system that is actually designed to profit the corporations and create repeat offenders. She did exactly what the police system, what the Blue ISIS system teaches its people to do. And that's to kill first and ask questions later. And until that changes, until people resist blue ISIS, until they resist this system of systematic terror and fear and control, and we're better than you, we can't have justice. As long as a government that creates police like this is allowed to continue functioning. I want our terrorist police and courts and prison systems to be stopped. I want people to unite and love their neighbor and resist. But only fools and tyrants celebrate the abuse and the suffering of their enemies. People who love justice and freedom reach out a hand of compassion. And I made a comment about that just a few hours ago, only to turn and watch this young man say what he did. So, thank you. That is what acting like Jesus looks like. And that's always what I kind of dreamed of seeing people doing in the courtroom. But the families are always vindictive and angry and vengeful. And while it's understandable, it doesn't help them. It doesn't bring their loved ones back. Our system is a scam. And this young man shows that he understood that there's something bigger at play here.